We're just gonna start off.
Don't you want to tag people in and out? Oh, don't go live when I'm making a bit, and then they're gonna know that I'm talking about them. It's too late. I'm already in the weeds. It's the biggest post show of the year, huh? Should I sing? What do you think? 600,000 on that main event. That's insane.
I got 45 minutes. That's all I got.
Is
So
that his
rattle through
title?
45 minutes.
That's his next gimmick. Paul the Super Elongator Pugh. This guy. Yeah, hello.
Yep, Cass just walked in too, and then walked straight
He
out again.
does. Yeah, he does that. I I mean, always Lucian is a celebration of everything that happened in order to give us a place here to begin with. You know, you could start something up tomorrow and try and make a package, but it's not going to have as much weight or heat to it as if you can call back on that. So I knew early on, given this Lucian, that I wanted to reach out to you and say, give me access to all the archive and just let me go crazy. And it worked out. It was super fun. So I hope I this was obviously specifically directed towards the older crowd to like go back and see all the 4:3 pixelated bullshit. I upscaled a lot of it to 16:9, but even still, like seeing all of that stuff, I wanted to make guys like Dupree and Pugh and Drago and Nate sad, and hopefully I did that. Probably not, but I made you sad, so 1 out of 4 is fine. Oh,
So I
Jay,
saw.
we
Yeah,
can't
just
hear
wanted
you.
to let you know
Jay, we
you're not
can't hear
coming through
you.
on the stream.
Yeah, you're not on the stream, Jay.
Oh, am I coming out through on the stream now?
You're not on the stream.
I should be coming through on the
Oh.
stream now, like right now.
Yeah, you are now. You're
Okay,
good.
yeah, I had to click something.
Cool.
Sorry about that.
I was sat in a train station car park, so I didn't see the sound. I saw the video. I'm going to go back and watch it, so I can't comment on it. But it was cool to see all the old shit. It was cool. I was hoping that you wouldn't use Resolution 10. I was hoping that you'd get my first resolution, but you didn't. So
I
it's a
had to
little
get
bit
your most
upsetting.
iconic. That was what it was. I had to get the most
I would
iconic.
argue that my most iconic is the triple threat match in Fame.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well,
I'll
he got
remember
that. He got
I'll
that
remember
clip
that
at
for
the.
next
He
year.
got that clip in the end. Okay,
It
so
was good.
yeah, so let's not let's get to the nitty gritty because we got a lot of road to cover and not much time. First and foremost, the way we're working is the following. If you got something to say, you can say it. If you ain't got shit, you can just pass the ball. We can keep on moving. We kick things off with the OCW recap, which is good. Nothing to really say about that. Just work. We have the OCW Championship, Parker versus Max Edwards. The musical package itself, I actually like the musical choice. Some of the hype videos I didn't wait on. I waited until like to listen to it live because I'm doing 1,000,001 things. Good sound choice. Max is a wonder. I don't know who edited. I think it was Max. Whoever edited, Max or Parker. Great job on the editing. I like the musical choice. It told a lot of story within the confines of the platform. Nothing really bad to say about it. No ratings. If we're gonna give ratings out of 5, we'll give 3.5, maybe even fucking 4. Whatever, doesn't matter. We'll do Pugh then Jake. Pugh, any thoughts? Or did you watch it or not?
I didn't. That's the one thing I missed.
Oh,
so
okay,
I
you
saw
missed.
the
All
match,
right,
so
Jake,
I'll skip
go.
that.
That's fine.
Go for it.
Yeah, no, I thought
Did you just get roboticized all of a sudden? A mother.
He did. He went crazy.
Oh my god.
I can film. What do you
No,
want me to
no
do?
audio.
What do you mean no?
No
for
Jake audio.
Yeah,
Jake's gone.
Jake just died. Of all times for Jake to get whatever. Ain't that a
No,
bitch?
still.
Oh, you're back.
There I am.
Okay.
There I am. You know what? I felt my foot catch something. I didn't think it was the mic cord, but I'm sorry. Yeah, no. I said from the beginning when you posted the early card that it was really a toss up between the OCW and CCW, given the history and build between all of them, and it just came down to just circumstance. This was just a beautiful opener, and I think more than anything illustrates why it was a solid decision to put the future investment matches to the side, because usually over the last few years we have opened with the men's and women's on each night, and it's usually a 35-minute clusterfuck, and it is a good way to intro. I'm not going to say that it's bad, but it's way more impactful to go from that to this is one of the biggest things going on in OCW right now, and we're swinging for the fences even out of the early going. I love the idea of bookending shows, and this night one and obviously night two, which we'll get to tomorrow, is a great example of why I kept telling you to stop overthinking it, because you got it. Stop trying to mix and match things. But on the match itself, it was a little bit more one-sided than I would have liked. But I mean, El Parker was on the defense, on the head attacks. He did not want to bleed at any point. I mean, he only really got hit by a few things, and unfortunately for Max, it was things that couldn't bust him open. So it is what it is at that point. It still delivered in terms of a third match in their epic rivalry between, since Max came back at 19, and then they had their two matches prior to this being a perfect blow off to open the show. I think you said it on commentary, Jay. This was a great stipulation. I think it's super unique, super fun, and something I could see being used going forward. And shout out to both of them. I don't know who edited it, and that's a testament to both of their work on the hype package. It got me ready for Wrestlution.
Danny Boy,
love the song.
So you saw the match
on the
no?
match?
Yes.
Yeah, so I saw the match. It was, like Jake said, one-sided. Not so one-sided, like it was a bloodbath or whatever, but it was kind of, it felt like the stipulation kind of tied them up a little bit, because there were definitely periods where you wanted Max to come back and he wasn't hitting the move, and I don't know. It was hard. It was hard relying on the randomness of this game, because you can't guarantee blood, and that kind of, as the basis of a gimmick, feels like you're tying yourself in knots a little bit. But they did what they could. It was a good match. Yeah, that's all I got for it, really. It was a good opener, yeah.
And because I don't break my promises, Robert, add to it. Have you seen this match? If so, please add.
This guy.
Yeah, this fucking guy. He's gonna. Oh my god, you got fucking 10. You got 10, buddy. Come on, get to it.
Look,
I
disconnected my mic and I still came back. Come on, Rob.
Come on, Poppy.
Rob,
you can speak now, Poppy.
Rob, you can do it.
I'm here.
There
Jesus
he
Christ.
is.
Sorry. Trying to get you guys louder.
Don't care. What do you think about the first match?
First match, which one was it again?
Holy shit. OCW Championship.
OCW Championship. All right. Two great guys. Was pulling for Max, but Parker shows once again why he is the champ, and he's been around the main event scene for years now. I probably was a little disappointed with the stipulation, and nothing against them, because I get it, you're trying to add, but it was kind of where certain matches you'll get where someone gets busted open within a couple seconds. Max just couldn't get that stipulation to actually even try to win the match. So, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you for your input. That's not being sarcastic. Yeah, I agree with what Dan said and what Rob said. Basically, don't hate the stip, but I felt like is a victim of circumstance. You showed it. I think we actually had a match where both were busted open eventually, but
yeah,
it's just the nature of the fucking thing.
I know, just to pull the thing back, and it's funny that your stupid wife mentioned it in chat, because you both are remembering 2K19, 2K18 stuff where it was limited, but we knew you were concerned from the very beginning. As soon as Max was busted open, they're like, can two people bleed? Yes, they definitely can. And I was actually doubting myself. I thought you were gaslighting me, and then we watched it on the final. I thought I thought I was wrong, and I was like, oh my god, can two people not bleed? And then when we watched it back, I realized that it had nothing to do with the mechanics. Two people can definitely bleed, but Parker just never got hit in the head. And I think people in VP were saying that throughout. Every single time Max tried to go to the head to get a bleed, Parker countered it.
Add more DDTs, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He kept doing the Northern Lights. It's tough.
That's pretty much where we left it. So yeah, not a bad match. Moving on, we have a couple segments, so I kind of want to put them together. So we have
let's do the accesses together.
Yeah. All right. So the accesses, basically, rookie lore dumping. I have nothing negative to say about it. I did miss something because I had to go somewhere real quick for the second one. I guess something bad was said that people were like, not bad, but somebody said something about like breaking the fourth wall or some shit about like I'm only here because I'm contractually obligated. I don't know. Either way, we'll give it to. Did you catch those, Dan?
Yes, I did. The first one was the Junko one, right?
Yes, Junko.
I really like the chaos of the Junko shit. I liked it on Ambition. I like everything about Junko at the moment. So this was just kind of more of the same for me. Like it's just good, solid stuff. I'm happy with it. Nice to see a rookie come in and just like throw the weight around on Lucian, because it can be a little bit scary because everyone's talking about it for, I don't know, weeks, months, and then suddenly like, oh, it's here. Are you going to step up and you're going to do something? And they did. And Junko did good. I liked it.
Fantastic. Robert. Motherfucker, if you don't open your mouth.
He doesn't. I don't think he wants to be here, bro.
I don't know. Jake, you're up.
Poor Tre. He's held down.
I was muted for some reason. I don't know why. I was actually talking all the time. I thought it was really good for a rookie to come in. Introduction. Next to be the jump character, because I think he's had 2 matches so but not a lot of like introduction to the main larger audience. So, but I always think it's nice that they took that initiative to get on the show, because, like you said, I think right before the deadline was, or right before you're about to put the show together, like, hey, rookies, send me some stuff, because like, hey, like you're not like barred from the show if you're not booked. Even if you're not booked, you should appear on Lucian at some aspect, in my opinion.
Tre, are you in your car?
I think so.
Yes.
We're not going to discuss it. Jake, go.
Okay.
You're up.
I was a big fan of this. I mean, anytime anybody takes the opportunity to be present on a big show like this is a big deal, especially given the players we're dealing with. I agree big time with Pugh. I went, when I was booked against Junko, I was like, hey, like, let's, what do we want to do here? Let's put you on a pedestal, because I think the Junko character has a lot of real estate to work with, so I want to see more of that. And I was thrilled because I had no idea that the Megan Suzuki thing was happening. So it's just more of being willing to look at your surroundings and go, oh, this makes sense, and then you go Junko and Megan, because they are 2 Joshis that came from a similar world. And comparing that to Pearl and Christine, I think they pulled it off well, because Megan and Junko were not combative with each other. But if you go to the second part, Christine and Pearl aren't exactly friendly with each other. So that's even laying seeds for down the line. And I think the point that I pointed out when we were watching Pearl and Christine was, she called her Sasquatch. They're like the same size. They're the same build. They're the same everything. So I don't understand that dig at all. But it did pop me, and it was funny. And I'm just glad to see a couple of rookies
doing stuff,
plant some seeds here and do some stuff. Yeah, I mean, whether it goes to a tag team or something deeper than that, we'll see.
That's all you ever want when it comes to rookies. All right, our next. Oh, actually, no. We also have. I do believe we.
Miss Juicy is
yes,
next.
Miss Juicy. So most people don't really understand. Like, it's one of those things where if you know, but not really. Like, a lot of the people here are not with the culture per se. So like, what's this? So yeah, I know. Like, if you didn't know, that's the lady from the meme. She's like Little People of Atlanta, some shit like that. Queen of ATL. So I found it too. So I found that shit.
No idea what that was.
Yeah, no, it's like
I knew.
Like if you go to Black people Twitter, you get it and shit like that. But this is.
She's big. I get it now, because she's bigger than you can't make her as small as she is.
No, yeah.
So, okay.
It's a bit, so it worked out. I found it to be, and then the premise was that it was basically a shill for the next video. So I like that. We don't have to really discuss it, anyone, but I appreciate it. It was funny and it fit the theme of the show. What I appreciate now is that there's a lot more hip hop influence in this fucking place, despite half of the goddamn demographic throughout the years being melanin infused. So I like to see even more hip hop now. It's especially the old shit, because I'm old now. I appreciate it. And I'm talking fast. I'm not juiced up because we got shit to do. So the next match is DNS versus Cascum. Yes, okay. My quick thoughts on this. I saw lag. if I'm gonna be nasty, I'll be nasty real quick. I felt like fucking Bash, Cass, and Rex were all trying to like work, and fucking Sammy was in his DM Punk, DM Punk, DM Punk
upsetting.
bag, a little bit. That's how I feel. It wasn't an awful match, but you could see lag, and I don't know. I like the fact that Bash got put over, and the Bash fist is powerful, and that Rex lost, because that makes me happy. Them not being able to tag out was also hilarious. I'll give it to Jake, then Rob, then Pugh. Jake, go.
Yeah, I think the DNS Cast Come Hype package, just to
Oh, yeah,
start
yes.
with it, was
Good
a
shit.
great example. Well, yeah, it was just a great example of, I've seen a lot of comments over the recent days and weeks and months, whatever. It's like, oh, well, if I can't beat Empress, then there's no point. But like, this is a great example.
Who said that?
No, I'm exaggerating, but I'm like talking about comparison as a poison to yourself. You don't need to compare yourself to other people, because that's just going to make you feel bad. And this is a great example. Like, it doesn't have the same like after effects or tight elements in it, but it tells a better story in a lot of ways than some of those over edited packages can do. And I am a part of the group that over edits things sometimes. So I think this did the trick. I really like the song choice, and it led right into the match. As for the match itself, I can't get down with what you said, Jay. I didn't see any thirstiness from anybody here. I thought it was a well-played match all over the place. The fun little elements of, one, Bash continuing to try and force Samson in against Rex kind of added an element for me to talk about on commentary. And it did play into what happens later on in the show when they take out Samson, which I have my own issues with, but we'll get to it. And then Rex and Cass coming into this match did what you would expect Rex and Cass to do, except when Cass turned into KD and didn't know how to press the left bumper, which it happens. The game sucks. The shocker of the whole thing was the ending, right? Like, nobody expects Bash to just hit a Bash fist and end it, especially against somebody on Rex's caliber. So that shocking ending helped, but it wasn't a bad thing, because the match was physical up to that point, and it made sense that could have ended it. And I think it lends itself more to the unpredictability of OCW more than anything else.
I'm selling, brother Rob. Thoughts quickly.
My thoughts, strictly match. It was a good match. Felt like when it started to finally get going, you got that like sudden finish, right? Which is a good thing. That's one thing I love about OCW, is that anybody can win at any time or any matches. Exactly. And I feel like some of the bigger people, some of the main event, like the main event, which we'll get to, he was kind of built off a surprise win over a super established star. So I also think it leads to DNS being strong. They fought a Hall of Famer and definitely a future Hall of Famer, and they came up over top. I'm just going to say it doesn't feel like it's over yet. It feels like there's another match in them, in my opinion, but you never know.
Dan.
So I expected Bash to win this match, because I know Bash now. I've fought him loads. I know what he can do, and I've been like a champion of his. I still feel like the match was fine. Like, there wasn't anything spectacular in it for me. It was just kind of like a fine match. I would like to see Bash start kicking people out of DNS, and we already talked about Samson sort of being. I mean, Jimmy's saying he didn't take out Samson, but that's not what I saw. Yeah, he's a liar and a piece of shit. But yeah, I want to see Bash go up a notch now. Like, I reckon Bash by himself, if he gets out of these tag matches with random people, he's ready to go on to the next step now. And some people nearly everybody in DNS is ready for that, I think. And we'll talk about that probably more as we go, I think.
Sure.
Jinx is coming up as well. But like, yeah, Jimmy's good to just get the chains off now. And I think that, that's what I want to see next from him. The match itself was fine. Like, it was, everyone doing what they normally do.
Break the chains. Okay. So that would take us to, I believe, the Jinx and Telos match, the build also, correct? Or am I missing something?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. We had Bobby Baddy. We had Bobby Baddy's problem. Yeah.
Well, let's tie that into the tag thing and just go right to Jinx.
All right. We'll put a pin in that so that I can remember that. So yeah. To tie in the Jinx and Telos thing, I like the feud. The video, again, very very old country way. I'm gonna assume that since Jinx submitted it, Jinx edited it. You're seeing the improvement with the editing skills. I'm not sure what he's using to edit these things, but they're getting a little bit better. What happened, CapCut? Okay. Thanks for
It is because it's
for peeling the first wall. Either way, like I said, we tell people Rome's not built in a day. Oh, you cut. Oh, yeah, he corrected. So yeah, nice video, nice package. It expounded on basically from start to finish of what you expect. Good old wrestling. Match itself, didn't hate. Lag was definitely a factor. I understand not trying to. If this was the old country, Dan can attest that this is the old country, and the match was laggy. As soon as you get a pin, he's like, "Yeah, brother. Sorry about your damn luck, kid."
Get out. There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I appreciate that people are kind of trying to be nice to each other, but like, just get it out the way. Have a rematch if you need to, like later, not now. That's just. And I know it's Lucian. I know people want to have a great match, but sometimes the game does not want to work with you. So sometimes it's better to have the one and done than it is to just keep letting people out of pins.
Yeah,
and I think that. Sorry, I've took it off. Let me just go because
go ahead. Go ahead, go for it.
So it was a fun match. Like I said just before it started, it's KD versus KD. Both these guys fight like KD. They just fight, and I really like it from both of them. Yeah, the only thing that really let it down for me was just the release-ins. But I guess some people want to be nice to each other, and you can't legislate for this shitty game sometimes.
Legislate's a great word. Rob.
Same thing. I agree with Pugh, and I feel like it's a problem with sometimes where they think like if you build up to the pay-per-view match and you lose, or you beat someone like unexpectedly early, that it kind of ends the story. But you can like continue and you can build off of that. Like, oh, I slipped, or oh, I got something in mind. So like build off of that. You know what I mean? So it kind of cuts the tension a little bit when you let people out of the pins. But I love the match personally because it was two big hosses, like lots of neck bumps, lots of suplexes, lots of choke slams. You know, they kind of went for it. It was like 100 miles per hour the whole entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like. I enjoyed it, but like that kind of took me out. Like, just use the fucking side side D-pad. You'd be better instead of the other one.
Up on the D-pad, it looks like a kick out. Like, I mean,
it's not up anymore. I think Jake says left and right.
No, it's up and down.
Oh, Jake lied to me then. Anyway, Jake, it's your up. It's your.
I think left and right is like doing like a heel. Like you can do like a heel, like take his head off and slam him back down, kind of thing.
Yeah, Jake, you're up.
Yeah, I'm not going to try and guess right now. Left and right, if I'm just like putting a controller in my hand, those are the ones that are kickouts, and up and down are the heel and just let them go. I could be wrong. I don't care. I don't do them. It doesn't matter.
Breakout. It also doesn't matter. With the German suplex move, there was only one animation of letting go.
But that's not the one that happened in the first place, so it didn't matter what button he pushed. You are right, whether he pushed up, down, left, or right on the German suplex, but the first one was not a German suplex. Nor did it have to be. But,
semantics aside, thoughts?
Jesus. I was a big fan of the hype package. I can't say much more than what you already said, Jay. Like the continued attempt at improvement. And just giving your own style to things. It makes it more fun to me. Whether you think you're there or not, the fact that happened made it super fun. The song choice was super fun. I think that's a theme throughout the whole night. All these hype packages had great aesthetic choices. The match itself was as unpredictable as I thought it would be. I'm glad that Talos got a lot of heavy offense in when he did. Jay, you brought up the lag. I mean, the two times that he broke it up, there was a lag spike that happened during the pin, so I understand why he didn't want it to end that way. The first time, Talos still did kick out, so it didn't matter. The second time, he may not have been able to. On one hand, I do agree with Pugh, like, get a rematch in later, but this was supposed to certainly be the finality of it, so I get Jinx's decision to not want it to end that way. And I think they recovered super well coming back into the ring and making it as even as they did. Jinx was just on another level here, as many in DNS are. And referencing what another thing Pugh said, I think they're all ready to move forward to that next level, and this is a great way for Jinx to do it. We talked about on all the DNS matches how they're all involved in different things, and that's eventually going to come to a head. In fact, it did come to a head tonight. But Talos has been around for a long time. This is a big win for Jinx, and I look forward to what he's got going on next.
That being said, keep lose the hammer. Keep whatever you're using now. It's better.
To the new entrance
it's fucking way. It's fucking way. It's fucking way better. And before we pivot on the fucking the love fest for fucking Jinx, he's less hyper now. He gets it. So it's good. It's good habits to have. And the fact that he went for the same spot again and hit it again popped me huge. I'm gonna get my shit in, brother. So yeah, good shit. Spooky time. So now we have looks like Petey Wheatstraw. Nothing really to say about Petey. We can keep it brief on Petey. I can't wait. The debut is gonna be fantastic. So I can't wait for the Petey Wheatstraw debut. I fucking love this character better than the handler's actual original character. I'll put it that way. I don't know. It's a good simple character, baby. I love it. Anyway, that being said, anybody did he?
Yes, he did.
Hey, I'm old. I'm fucking old, baby. Sure. I don't remember. Oh yeah, he did. He had the Kurt Angle joints. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Fuck you. I'm old. Anyway, so we have on PD. Anybody have any thoughts on PD? Yeah, I'm embarrassing myself.
I mean, I think you said it. I mean, I'm excited about PD. They had the little teaser earlier in the night, which was fun. PD is an exciting character to come into the whole fold. I'm not gonna draw comparisons to him and Mad Dog or like meta levels, but I'm a big PD guy, so I mean it's a good spot as any to get more representation. That being at Resolution.
Danny boy, Rob, any thoughts?
I liked it. I like PD so far. I like his vignettes that he's introduced himself. Don't mess with Texas. Showing a little bit of creativeness with that. I've actually DM'd with the character, so like I love his moveset personally, except one move, and he knows that. But no, I think it's a simple like someone said.
He laughs like Tony Atlas.
Yeah, he does. I'm sorry, Rob. Continue, my bad. Stop that!
I'm getting old. Old black guy laugh. Old black guy laugh.
What's happening?
I'm so sorry.
You know what? You made a good point. There's no point.
It's a simple hot character with. Jake got the old black woman laugh. All right.
I do. I'm sorry.
Okay, we get it. Okay, any thoughts there? We got to keep it moving.
OCW doesn't have enough old school wrestling characters.
There you go.
Definitely an old school wrestling character.
Hell yeah. That's a good point.
Fuck you too, Ryan. Moving on, we got. It looks like we got this the Claude Hall C-Note match. Oddly enough, I enjoyed this match a lot. The package. Pause. No DD. Good shit. Molly complaint is if everyone's gonna want to do. Holy shit! I really am turning into Jay Biden. If we're all gonna do hype packages, then you guys need to do hype posters to go with the packages, so it makes my life easier. That being said, package work, music work, love the musical choice. The Claudio Cino video actually had a shitload of historically accurate information built into it, so it gives the viewer an idea of like what the shit is happening. So match itself, C-Note is very good at the things. And that being said, it was still very, very close to the end. The finish was a little weird, but hey, shit happens. Spinal. I enjoyed the match. I'm not sure if it was my match of the night, but it was a very solid endeavor. I'm not sure what happened when Claude decided to just fucking go cheeks up 3 in a row. That was weird. And then I think something went haywire from there, but I digress. We'll do Dan, Rob, then Jake. Go. Making good time.
So the hype was good. I like the hype. So it got me into the match. Like I've been critical of Riot in the past, as we know. But no, this was all good shit. The moveset was good on Claude as well, and C-Note is just C-Note just wins. C-Note knows what he's doing, and it was just C-Note doing what C-Note does. Shout out to the New York rappers, because you obviously called that out at this point. I think it was this point.
Yeah, it was New York rappers. He's from Toronto, so it was extra funny.
Yeah, and Atlanta's got everyone.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, extra.
So we fucked them off. But yeah, it was a good match. It was a solid match. Like you say, the ending was weird, but apart from that, all good. Like, nothing bad to say about it.
Rob, you're up. Thank you.
Yeah, I was a little like, I'm gonna bring out 50 Cent and New York rappers here in Atlanta. You couldn't get like 2 Chainz in there or something, but I like the match. Like they said again, Cena kind of just wins. I'm liking the story trajectory. I don't think this one's over yet.
Oh, you don't think? I think it's over.
I don't think.
I think it's fucking over.
It better be over.
It better be over.
It needs to be over.
Yeah,
and for
this
that,
has been going on a long fucking time. This is the end.
Yeah, passing the mic on to Jay. Get your thoughts in. We can move on. Making good time, by the way, too.
Well, hold on. Rod, did you have
No, he was
anything else?
done. He's done.
No,
I don't think he was.
Yeah, see, he's done. He's done.
No,
See?
short.
All right. No disrespect. Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta say, out of so first and foremost on the hype package, the minute the song played, I love the song, but it just gives me like crazy, horrible memories from the WrestleMania 21 game.
Oh my god.
It was on that soundtrack, and it's the first thing you hear when you boot up the game. It's the worst wrestling game of all time, and it's not close. And so like I'm glad that they gave it a platform to be better. For what it's worth. The tail of the tape took me by super surprise. I love that part. The tail of the tape was a great part, but it did, like Dan said perfectly, like it made you hype for the match and gave so much backstory to what they were doing. Because I do think C-Note, and I'm so racist. C-Note and Claude are have been really tied together for so long at this point that it required some backstory, and they delivered. At first, my initial thought was C-Note only picked up rappers that were easily accessible on community creations, but that's just not a real thing. Like, if you look up Atlanta rappers, there's no fucking chance he couldn't have found a 21, a Gucci, a T.I., a Young Thug, a Future. Like, there's so many out there.
Rodzilla is all I care about.
That's what made me appreciate him more, because he's a giant piece of shit. So, like, the fact he would bring out non-Atlanta rappers on purpose.
No, I do think it was. I think it was on purpose. I think it was.
Yeah, it had.
I'm coming out to Atlanta and I'm bringing out New York rappers.
He just said it. Cap. They sing his theme song.
And then he brings out the Atlanta Falcons belt, which, I mean, I don't know what to do with that, but it definitely had a ton of heel heat. The match itself worked very well. It was a little bit slow. I don't know if it was because of a lag thing. I tried to speed it up, but I didn't want to compromise anything with that. So, somebody mentioned that they wanted to know why Jinx's audio wasn't so loud. It's because I render all the pay-per-view matches, so I'm not going to let that shit blow your eardrums out.
Neil, let that shit slide, brother.
Yeah. But the match was great. I actually thought this would be one of the ones that I would not like too much when we went in, and the lag, I can't put that too much on C-Note, any of the delays that we had, but they pulled it together. They made it work. The post-match promo, I do like. It makes it seem like Claude is going to have a future past this C-Note bullshit, which is hard to conceive considering he's been in the C-Note bullshit for so long at this point. I'm curious to see
the
what's
C-Note
next.
Bullshit.
But
I think Rise is very fond of Claude, so I expect him to be around still.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, obviously we'll see what's next going into the summer, but the match delivered. I can't really say anything else other than what has already been said. It was good stuff.
Jay Biden again. Oh yeah, no. Dan said that he didn't hate it so good. Sorry. Wow, I really am. I guess I don't know. Anyway, okay, good shit. What do we have left? We have more stuff.
Tag team title matches.
Okay, tag team title. So we got Bobby. Oh, wait, hold on.
Yes.
Only have to, okay, we got we got the Bobby part and the entry there. I apologize for y'all listening. I don't generally sound like this. I'm just exhausted. We have the Bobby pre tape, I guess. I love Rodzilla, and we also have the hype package, and then we have the actual match. So the Bobby thing, I like that. My only concern would be maybe pipe up Bobby's thing is a little low. Basically, bog standard, get F nerds, we're gonna beat you, promo package again, more banger music. Didn't hate it. I got really nothing negative to say about the show, to be honest with you. It's kind of hard. I'm used to being hypercritical, and I really ain't got like shit to complain about. Actually, the match itself, I will say the whole and the funny thing is, because I went to go make a beef patty because I was starving, and when I came back I heard people like, pin him. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I guess they resonate with them. Match itself was good. That part was a little weird and not good. But the finish was very good, so I'll leave it to that. So we'll do Rob, Pugh, then Jake for last, because I like Jake for last. Pause, no DD.
I liked the match up to the point where it was kind of like, all right, like, guys, go for the finish. Go for the finish. Like, same like other people said. I didn't actually expect Mass Effect to win, which surprised me.
Really?
I didn't. I didn't
either.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
It's just because knowing who was on the other side and how successful they are at tags, and how often, like, I think probably one handler has probably lost maybe, like, 3 in the last couple of years, you know?
Yeah.
But I think they put a statement, even if we were kind of like, hey, go for it, because, like, you never want someone to, like, prolong the match and end up losing because of that. But I think they kind of made a statement. And the finish I liked. I liked the double pin finish. We're the new champs. The old champs are out of here. It's us now, kind of thing, you know?
Danny boy.
So it started off good. The hype again, pretty good. The problem, I mean, we've just talked about the problem with this match, is in the middle of it, it started to drift, and then they were trying to do something. You could see they were trying to do something, which always makes for a bad match in OCW, because when the second you try to do something, everyone knows you're trying to do something, and it becomes an issue. So we were shouting to pin. They didn't pin. They did the double pin, which was kind of a cool spot, but also, like, they should have tried to win the match ages and ages ago. It didn't feel like anybody tried to win the match, and that was kind of a problem to me, because, I mean, one of the things that breaks my immersion is people not trying to win the match, because we're here to win matches. That's the point of wrestling. You're supposed to be winning matches, and it wasn't happening. And it just, it kind of drifted from there, and the ending was fine. It was good, and we kind of moved on from it, but I don't know. The feud, I've been critical of the feud because it feels like it's gone on forever, and it's kind of got lost in the middle, and the match was exactly the same for me. So, yeah, it's over. I think best I can say about it. Not be too critical.
Yeah.
Well, the team is dead.
The
enemy team is dead, so they're gone. They can't.
Dead doesn't mean dead in OCW, as we'll see later on.
Perhaps Jake.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry.
I always appreciate Bobby's added levity to the situation. She does the manager job, I think, better than anybody else that is directly involved, especially with a title feud. The hype package was, I mean, more of the same as what we've talked about. I just love consistent.
They're fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, all of them play into the same kind of trope where, like, this was the history, this is what we're dealing with now, and especially this match that had probably more history than anything on night one, maybe save for the main event. Well, I can't say that about Pugh and Mugen.
Yeah.
Many years, but recent history, I should say, because these two have been connected since last Lucian. Like, it's been back and forth nonstop with them, which is why I appreciated the stakes of the actual match itself. The match itself, I do agree with Dan. Like, towards the middle, it starts to fade off, because part of what makes OCW matches that much more fun is they are all organic. So whenever you catch something that's not organic, it throws you for a little bit. I'm not going to be as aggressive to say they were contrived or going for a specific thing or whatever, because I don't think that's the case. I think it was just more, it's too early for me to try and win, and what if they don't kick out? And I don't subscribe to that. I think you should go for it, because what if you pin them, they kick out, and then you reach that finish anyway? It makes it way, way better. But the fact you didn't try to pin, it leaves room for doubt, is the criticism that I have. The finish they got to, I think it was organic, and they just landed there. I just think it would have been way better if after several of those fins and signatures, they actually tried to win the match. Because when you hit those big moves and you don't try that, people are going to make stories in their head. So it did linger towards the middle. The very beginning was super fun.
Yes.
Like, everybody going out towards the end, getting the weapons. The very end was super fun, and I think was relevant to the storyline. But the middle, it did kind of lend itself to, like, all right, what are we doing here? What are we working towards? And that's not what we try to do for OCW. But I think it was a reasonable ending to their storyline. And now Grit and Glory, who has been one of my favorite teams to watch come up, they're dynamic, they're back and forth, especially with Bobby and everything. they're now gone. So what's next for those teams? Mass Effect's still the champion, and we move on.
Well, before we go with that one, I just wanted to know how much shit did Devin do in his pants during the match, because he gets nervous all the time. We'll be fine. We'll sure find that on OCWFED.com. Moving on, it looks like we have the Drago's huge announcement. We're getting what's it called? Animal House #3 back for charity. If you didn't know, if you're just listening now, Animal House is our November or December pay-per-view where we do it for charity. We raise money for the animals. The United States Humane Society, I do believe, is the cause, and we give away games and prizes and all kinds of shenanigans and chicanery. It's a good time. Check it out. Later on this year. That being said, the video itself, old wounds reopen as Liger Mask shows up to be like, hey, where's the bathroom? And Drago suffers from PTSD, as he said on Discord. You're not making me go back to Vietnam. I'm not going to go. Fucking really, really funny, really hilarious. If you know, you know, basically. And anybody want to expound on that, or can we move on? I fucking loved it. It was hilarious.
I mean, I don't have much. Anytime Drago comes on my screen, him or his sister, I'm going to cream and mark out and do what I do. I didn't expect stupid fucking Liger Mask to show up, so that was an added fun part. The invention of the spider special. Like, yes. There's a lot of lore. Anytime that there's deep lore in here that 90% of the current active users don't understand, I'm going to be a fan of it. Yes. Yeah. So basically, Liger Mask beat Drago in a 2-on-1 about maybe 5-6 years ago via roll-up. And Drago has been carrying that emotional torment for the entirety of his life. We can move on. Oh, we have the Pugh Mugen, the Legends Collision match. Fantastic. No. Immortality.
Oh, wait. Yes, we do. Sorry, my bad. We have Immortality.
There's 2 segments.
There's 2. Yeah, there is. My bad.
That's all right.
Look,
I got you.
Hey, man.
Valkyrie's back.
Yeah, Valkyrie's. Yeah. Apparently, fucking people just want to shout that on Twitch, which is annoying. But what are you gonna do?
We talked about it when you left last week when we were in the podcast. Cody, pretty much, Cody's been researching every little thing about it for the last week and telling everybody. So yeah, we got it.
I mean, the whole thing was, and I only saw it when Jay asked us to call it, but the whole thing was about, even at the very beginning, she goes, has it not been too obvious at this point? Which I thought was super funny, and then. It was not supposed to be a mystery by this point. They zoomed down. So people shouting about Valkyrie in the chat.
Well, fucking wait for the fucking person to show up and then.
But why does it matter? It's so obvious at this point. Everybody's excited to see it.
Okay.
And they still were once she came out.
All right. Hold on. You're a wrestling fan, right? Do you remember when Chris Jericho came back for the 19th time and he did the 2 arms, and then you knew it was Jericho, and people were just shouting before it that even happened. It's Jericho. I was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Wait till he come out, then you can fucking whatever. That's just me. Whatever.
No. Oh, it is just you, because that's a stupid opinion.
Fuck you.
But she is back.
Asshole.
She is back. Let's talk about the main thing here, which is it's not just a cameo.
No, it's
Valkyrie, 3 words. I am back. What do you think's coming from that?
That's going to be interesting because there's an entire women's division. It just seems that anytime fucking Ep kills somebody, they come back. For Tara came back and now
his job.
She got to do a job. So any other thoughts on this? I liked it. I didn't know it was coming. I'm probably the only one that didn't know it was fucking coming. So yeah,
he definitely didn't, by the way, because I was the proxy to submit these videos because Valk didn't want didn't want it to be obvious. So I had to go in the booth every week where Jay was like, "This better not be somebody I don't like." And I'm like, you just gotta fucking chill. You just gotta relax and watch it. Come on.
That's funny because you're in the chat. And Cody's like, oh no, it has to be Valk, And you're like, I like that theory, but I still think it's Aries.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't see.
I just told Jake, I'm like, I know you submitting videos, but that's not your quality.
That's what he said. It was disrespectful, and he was being like a tinfoil hat guy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a lunatic. What the fuck you want? So yes, it's gonna be exciting to see what Valk brings to the table in 2024. Why anyone would want to come back to this shit show is beyond me, but I'm here for it. I appreciate it. There's a lot of opportunity.
I mean, we get a
legendary.
What was that, Jake?
Sorry, Rob. I said don't say shit like that. Tonight was fucking legendary.
It was
Obviously,
great.
Everybody would want to be a part of this after seeing this.
Great, no, but so I'm excited to see where it led because this is a giant division. Honestly, if I'm fucking tinfoil hat booking, I would love to see a fucking Belle Valkyrie promo. or even like one of fucking either not well obviously not Hifumi because Hifumi's fucking caught up, but like not Cheyenne because I'm sure there's some fucking shit. There's still stuff with River, like, fucking. Actually, I can't even fucking include any of Chase because they're all doing something. Never mind. Bell looks like the fucking ticket for me. Anybody else want to add anything? Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, I think coming in now, it's where when Valk left, there's a completely different women's roster, and I just think now coming back, like Valk being one of the best ladies of recent memory, like one of the top best squads, of that division, like. Now, like, has she even had a match with Deborah? Or if it was Deborah, was it Deborah, like,
no,
you know what I mean? Like,
she fought Marissa. Obviously, she's fought Imp a bunch of times and Heather a bunch of times. She fought Marissa at Lucian a couple of years ago. She's never fought Deborah, but that's what I thought was so smart about Jay putting it on night one is like, obviously now we know all the women's matches are taking place on night two. So this is like just a dark cloud hanging over all of that. Like you don't know where Valkyrie fits into this. And we still have so much more women's action to go in night two. Like it's up in the air.
It could be Valk versus Heather, Valk versus Ashley again. That one's always been going on. You got Valk versus Deborah. You got Valk versus everybody.
You said Deborah twice, so it's Rob Biden too. Rob and Jay Biden, we're brothers.
Deborah, Soto, everybody.
Did say Deborah again. Speaking of Deborah again, we have no relation to Samson Simpson in 480p. Can you put this at the end of the show? Sure, brother. Fucking yeah, he gets hit by a car and the worms are worming, and I think he may have malfunctioned.
Is that a real question? Did somebody ask you if that goes at the end?
Yeah, that was him. Yeah,
you're fucking
why?
insane. Samson, listen to me right now. You're fucking insane if you think you're going at the end of Resolution, regardless of anything else. That's it.
Relax. Anyway,
right. That's fucking batshit insane.
Fucking So yeah. So who? I don't know who did it. I guess we'll fucking find out. I don't know. Bash said he didn't do it. So I don't know.
There were three members standing there, so whoever wasn't there ran him over.
Oh, that's a good point.
It could be just the newest rookie, like Eric the Hunter. I don't fucking know what Bash is up to. But why? I don't understand why we're hitting Samson with a car. He did a good job at Lucian.
I mean, exactly.
I don't know. This it makes
the theory
makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't care about any theories. I'm gonna have to watch the next show to see what's going on. But Bash picked him seemingly for this massive match in this tag team match. They won the tag team match against one current Hall of Famer and one future Hall of Famer, and then he's like, "Yeah, you know what? Hit him with a car anyway." I don't get it at all.
It was Rex,
but we're gonna see.
It's Future Man. Hi. It's fucking Jess. Hi, Jess. How you going, Bubba? Holy shit. Yeah, the fucking Future Man.
Yeah, you're rude, all right.
Yeah, you're rude, all right. Nice. Anyway, speaking of rude, we have the Paul Pugh Mugen video. I like it. Super quick, to the point. What did you say? You was like, I was working on this late, and I'm like, what am I fucking doing with my life? Anyway, good video. Go ahead.
The problem was that there's no footage of me versus Mugen on YouTube, and by the time I sat down to do the video, I was like, oh shit. I need to ask Jay for this, but he's too busy right now. So I just worked with what we had, and that's why it was so short.
Oh god. So yeah. We had then we got the actual match. One of my favorite matches of the night. I don't know if it's MOTY because the main event was also really good, but very solid. The old people can still go, I guess. I got nothing really. Bolek said probably MOTY. I think it may be. Might be. It might
not.
You don't think so? Okay. Okay.
It's it's a close second place. And that's not a downplay, but
it is.
Not,
it's heat, brother. It was a fun match. All the bullshit was done. All the spots were hit, brother. Except the loaded elbow. The double back fist to the future was great. Not sure why the fuck he picked you up. Larry's an idiot. Good shit. I got really nothing bad to say. So we'll do Rob, Jake, then Pugh. Rob, you're up.
So this match, I had a good place in my heart because I actually was a rookie. My very first card I ever seen was Devil's Night 2016, and I think co-main event was Mugen versus Drago for the North American title, and then the main event was Paul Pugh versus Jacob Tran, for the world title, and that was my introduction to OCW as a whole. And at the time, those were the guys. You know what I mean? And I just seeing them do their thing, and like 7 years after I started, still doing their thing, and still having a good matches. And I think Muchin's theme song is iconic, and it gets stuck in my head for days. I'm like at work just humming it and shit like that, you know?
Jake. Did you die?
No, somebody just tried to kill the former president about 15 minutes ago, which is kind of nuts.
Like Trump?
Yeah, somebody shot him.
Oh my God! Well,
they shot him. Actually hit him.
No, I think he's alive, but like this picture, he's covered in blood. Anyway.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh no. Anyway.
We'll deal with that after this.
Yeah.
What we're dealing with is much more important than Donald Trump, whether he's alive.
Or fuck.
I agree.
You gotta relax. You gotta relax.
No, I don't give a fuck. So the hype package, I think, as soon as I saw it, I remember a conversation we had about the lengths of hype packages.
Yes.
And I thought immediately, this is the example of something that doesn't need to be super long, right? This, and it could have been, and it could have been good if Pugh had the, all of the old archival footage that he wanted or whatever, but he still made it that great in a 1 minute, 15-second package. So it's never about length. It's all about impact and substance. And he took what was there and made it good. And the fact that it transitioned directly into his This Wonderful Life entrance, it got, you can hear me on commentary. I don't have to say much at this point, but like you can hear me freak the fuck out.
Oh yeah, no, those are legitimate. That's not you hamming it up. You're legitimately,
I know, bro,
as much as you argue with him, you're legitimately a fucking huge Pugh mark.
Listen, these people at this point,
I am too.
These people at this point should know that my reactions to Paul Pugh content are very legitimate. Even going back to Devil's Night 2018 when he replaced that fucking loser Parker Stevens. So he's lucky I put him in my hype package at the beginning of the night. But this match was as close as you can fucking possibly get to being match of the night without having the extra added. Like if Bingo and Tony didn't have the 3-year history, if they didn't have all of the world title implications and everything, this easily would have done it. This was fast paced. It was boot up and play. There was no arbitrary bullshit involved. It was all natural. Oh my God, that spot where it looks like Mugen's going to do a high spot dive and he throws the doves up anyway. It plays so perfectly into the story they built up to this point because Mugen has done that with the Okada zoom out every time. They played this perfectly to a T. It didn't need multiple kickouts of finishers or whatever. It was a sudden, much like the main event was. It was a sudden Pugh just boom, 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 big reversal, hit the pedigree. Thankfully, it didn't make him double down like it did in the Bash match. He was able to get the cover. Phew! I don't know what's next for the Head of Ambition or Mugen. They can come back in any time.
You know what? I like I enjoyed the match greatly, but part of me was thinking that they were holding Finn's, but that's probably because we were just engrossed in the match or watching it back.
I know you said that. You said that to me, but it flies directly in the face of what Dan has said multiple times.
I know, but
they didn't rush finishers. Like no, that has nothing to do with it. Like fuck off. Has nothing to do with it. Somebody trying to hit a Finn when they have a Finn and their opponent's finisherable is not a problem. It's just a part of what we're dealing with. Anyway, that's a different argument.
Dan, your thoughts on your own match?
Was terrific.
Yeah, Dan, your thoughts on your match?
So we didn't think it was very good. We sat there like so. Basically, we did this. I don't know if people know, but Mugen just became a dad like 2 weeks ago, and we did this match.
No, like last week.
I didn't know. Congratulations.
It was his kid was born on Thursday, and he recorded 2 matches on Sunday.
So on the Sunday night, we were sat there fighting with this stupid game, trying to get it done. And this was just, we were sat there talking. We were talking about his wife going into labor. We were talking about the fucking Euros. Like, this was just a DM. And it just came out, like, perfect because we've fought each other a million times. And it was just, like, I thought it wasn't very good. I watched it back and I was like, oh shit, maybe it is. It's better than I thought it was. And it's a testament to just reps. Just keep playing with the same people. Just keep DMing the same people. And eventually, this happens every time you fight, and it's
I think that you're. Sorry, we all talked at once. I think it showed your experience. Like you've been here, done it. This is what you're like. probably 11 Solution, you know, and then like most people don't know, like you've been coming up with, like you said, you started in 2006, moved in 2007.
Yep, more or less.
So 2007, both of us. Mugen was here a month before I was, but I just wanted to say as well. If
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to. If you ever get the chance to go back and watch, there's an episode of Riot just before Summerside in 2012 where we basically have the same match, and it's fucking weird how we have the same match. It's just hard hitting, isn't a second for anyone to break, and it's just basically the same thing. And yeah, go back and find it. Jay, find it for me.
Well, if you give me the exacts, I can find it.
I'll find it.
I've got. If you saw the opening package, you know that I've got access to everything. So just hit me up. I got you.
Okay, I'll find the date and we'll find out. But it's eerily reminiscent of it.
Hey, just give me that. That's actually for anybody. When you're making requests, if you can give me the specifics of what you're looking for, I can, give you limited access because it only gives it for a certain amount of days and a certain amount of downloads. But you can get your shit. You just gotta tell me where it's at, and I can send it to you. So it's not a big. I mean, I can get it so you can get it yourself, rather. That being said, good shit either way. That being said, I guess what Jake considers the match of the night. Very good match too. We have the B17 and Tony Everett. The match and build. I'll talk last, I guess, or second to last, because I need a fucking mental thing. So we'll do Pugh, Rob, then Jake. Go for it.
So the package was kind of, it's one of those things where I kind of like.
Say what you got to say.
I wasn't a fan of it. I wasn't a fan of like I guess it didn't connect with me. The hype stuff didn't really connect with me.
Mm-hmm.
The entrances were like, actually no, Tony's was really cool. I really liked Tony's. I didn't really give a shit about P17s, but once we got into the match, once it was time for the match, it was like, it was the best match, easily the best match. It was a great back and forth match. Didn't know what was coming. Felt really good. Like it was just. These two know what they're doing, and like, what else have you got to say about it? They're two of the all-time greats in OCW, doing what they do best in the main event Illusion. Like, what else is there? That's it.
What a glowing! That's a legitimately glowing endorsement, Robbie.
And I don't bet that much because I didn't think Bingo was going to do it. I thought not that I don't think Bingo's one of probably the best handles we've seen probably. Under maybe like a drag or you know what I mean. But I thought Tony was one. You know how sometimes the guy just has your number. Like I just thought Tony was going to be that guy, and at one point it seemed like that. But then Bingo comes on and just boom 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 wins again. Goes super Bingo, hits the Superman punches, you know what I mean, and pulls it out. And I think that's kind of like the story now. Is he's the dad, he's the statesman where everybody thinks they're going to get one over on him. He's slowing down. He's not as good as he used to be, and he always pulls it out. So I thought this match told a really good story, especially coming from a rematch from, was it 2 years ago? Or a rematch from a WrestleMania Wrestlution
15.
Wrestlution 15.
Yep. Wrestlution 15, 3 years ago. A rematch. That is a story. Could he beat Tony this time? Could he overcome it? He's slowing down. He's older. He's graying. But, like, again, Bingo always pulls it out, and they're both really good handlers. They both know how to tell a story in the ring, so I loved it.
Jake.
Yeah. So I think in the ring here, this I think was the best match of the night. And C-Note actually mentioned in the chat, like, oh, what is it? What is it for you guys that makes a match of the night? Because he's listening to us here. I said it's a horrible concoction of things like history, build on TV, the quality of the match itself, the organic nature of the feud, and so many different other things. And I think that's why I have to pick this right now. It has the history. These guys went to fucking war 3 years ago. Both of them were of an era that is both different and the same. The hype package was good. I do have to point out that I did not like the fact that they used footage from them inside the arena. I think you could have just equally as made your point by putting you in the Riot arena or an empty, like, I don't know, Combat Center arena or something. It just feels weird to be like, we're coming into this arena for the first time to fight each other, and in the hype package they're in that arena giving exposition. It's a nitpick thing, and I don't think it took too much away from the hype package because it was tremendous, but just a little thing that I wanted to bring up. but the history that went into this and the fact that it went as crazy as it did, I think a lot of the same beats that I talked about with Mugen and Pugh ring true with this one as well. It was just fast paced. There was no bullshit. There was no arbitrary stuff. They just went out there and they knuckled up. And I know Jay was a huge fan of that spot at the early point of the match where B17 goes bingo punch pin kick out. Tony stands up, YDSA pin kick out.
No, YDSA fucking blood concussion kick out.
Oh my God, just splendid throughout. I thought the hype package, the biggest strength that it had was giving people that were not here during Resolution 15 all of the information that they could possibly need to care about this match. I'm probably biased because I was there at the time, but that's, I think, was the biggest strength of it, and it played a huge part into the match itself. I actually thought Tony was going to win coming into it, but I have to shout out the bettors here. Over almost 600,000 Hoot coins bet on this one. It just everybody enjoyed it. It was super fun. It was fast paced. There was no bullshit. There was no lingering. And it deserved its place as the main event.
We gave B17 a fucking name for his stupid finisher. I didn't know it was a finisher at first. And then
what did you call it?
I call it 50 cal.
50 cal. That's right. That's a good one. Bro, why are you not naming?
Because no one asked me. No one asked me.
9 years. It's not you. I'm talking to Adam. Adam, you've been here 9 fucking years, dude. If you're gonna come back, give your moves names. Like, how hard is it? If I'm watching a B17 match, I can't just scroll to you and go, oh, that's called this, because you just like, no, that's a setup power bomb. That's an electric chair power bomb. Fuck you. Give it a name.
Yeah, give it a name. Stupid.
He told me for a fact that he wants you to name. So he's like, always like, I want the people to name the move. That's what, like, he doesn't. It's an actual point. Like, he won't name his own moves.
Yeah, give it a name.
And I'm just sitting here quietly because I've never named any of my moves for.
Yeah, you did.
Years. No, I didn't.
No, you did. Whatever.
You did.
No, you took them from people. You took them from people. You had what is it? Take a nap. You have the fucking it was Pugh, and then you're like, you don't call it that.
Yeah, none of my finishes or signatures have names.
Well, they have names.
He's not immune. In fact, he is on the other spectrum because when people tried to give his shit names, he's like, don't call it the Pugh degree. It's the pedigree.
Yeah.
Just call it that. Come on.
And what about the wake up call? You fucking the
wake up call is Bobby Minio's move.
Yeah, that's
Bobby's move. From guy. You know, I'm not doing this with you. Get out of my face. All right,
fire.
We've made it. That was also beautiful. So we've made it. We're done. We're done in record time. Shout out to everybody for night 1. Night 2 will be tomorrow.
Wait. Hold on, Jay. Hold on, Jay. Because I'm so appreciative of how everybody understood the assignment. I did want to interject and ask how everybody felt about the entrances and attires. What was your favorite?
Let me see. Favorite entrance. Favorite attire.
Because it's one of my favorite parts of all.
That's a good one.
But especially Resolution. I love the entrances and attires and everything.
Oh, okay. My favorite entrance, Max's. Max's was very creative.
Yes.
I like the walk into to different
with
posters.
Yeah.
Yes. Attire, I did like Marcus. Marcus was kind of dripped off. It kind of did say champion, but probably Mugen's. I like his attire.
Okay, Jay.
Oh wow, put me on the spot. Fuck it. Fucking Pugh's. I liked it a lot. And if you mean an entrance, if entrance and attire separately,
it's up to you. If both are the same, then both are the same. But.
You know, I'm just gonna fuck it. Pugh. No, Pugh Mugen. Fuck it. No, yeah, Pugh. Fuck it. Pew.
All right, the best attire of the night. It's
they were all pretty good. It's really hard. Tomorrow will be easier for me, that's for sure. But
I'm very glad that we have reached a point, Jay, because we've called Lucians in the past where some people just fuck off and they don't try, and that's why you put the memo out.
You mean insert Lucian attire here? But
better try. No,
that was
iconic. That was good. I'm talking about people who just don't change their attire at all. Like, shit's
well, we still got tomorrow. I'm sure Bullock will show up with the same shit. So
I'll say my favorite entrance was El Parca.
Okay,
that was epic as fuck and in a perfect way to start Lucian. The favorite attire has to be Paul Pugh. Like, you can't beat that. Nobody's beating that tomorrow. I'm on tomorrow twice, and I know nobody's beating it tomorrow. So Paul Pugh.
We'll see about tomorrow. Tomorrow gets pretty creative. on multiple fronts. So I'm very excited for that one. Did Dan give his pick?
No, best entrance is Tony, and best attire is Bash, just because it's an Undertaker ripoff, and it looked cool. It looked really cool. It just did look cool, and he's a fat pig, and he has to find creative ways to cover up his gut.
Did you see the victory of that match, by the way? After they win, he throws his hands up and his whole shirt comes up to his nipples and you can see his gut, his gray undershirt gut hanging out underneath. Rex, you should be embarrassed.
Rex, you should be fuck you, Pugh. Rex, you should be embarrassed.
I just said you had the best attire and now he's telling me fuck me. What? Make any sense?
Okay, we made record time. We're about done. So anybody have closing thoughts?
It was a good show.
Thank you.
It was, no. It was like it was.
You know how hard it is to have a long show when you just please.
You know what I noticed
with everything? Like, oh, this is not bad. Oh, we're good. It was cool. It's nice.
Oh, what was Bingo the only face that won?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Face.
No.
No.
Pugh is a baby face. Mass Effect is heel.
Pugh is a baby face.
Vino's a heel.
Is he though?
Jinx is a heel.
Yeah.
I think at this point he's just a wandering old man.
And Parker's a heel. Yeah, so the only two were the last two. Pugh and B-17. They were the only baby faces.
I kind of like that at a point. And especially with DNS winning twice, where it's like, if you're going to be a faction, be a powerful faction, you know what I mean? Like, actually have some teeth a little bit.
No titles change hands, right?
Now, I was going to say, that brings up another good point. Tonight, there were 4 title matches. I think that's right, Jay?
None
changed
hands.
Get
fucked, nerds.
I think something that was weird, I wanted to just mention it in the last 2 matches. They're kind of a different style to the rest of the show, and I think that's just from being a throwback to a different era. And I think you'll see the same thing tomorrow.
But they're 2 different eras, though. That's the funny thing.
That's what I'm saying. They're different to this era, is what I'm saying. They're different to each other.
But
they were quite fast paced.
But they all have that long term story. Like I said,
I sound loud for some reason, but
it doesn't have to be I'm
not mad.
I'm just right. They are different eras, but they are both still very different than today.
No, but okay.
It just felt different. The 2 matches, go back and watch them. They feel different, and I don't know what it is. They just feel different.
But I would say, and maybe Dan can tell me if he disagrees. It's not different from we're better than everybody else. It's different from what you would see on TV.
It's
that's
like
why
watching,
it was special.
So one of the things that's kind of prominent at the moment in OCW is lots of sort of deep lore storytelling that's very AEW focused. That's what AEW does. That's what New Japan will do. They'll do big long-term story things, whereas old school WWE used to be just let's get to this pay-per-view. Okay, we're done. Cool.
And they're starting to do that now. Where
exactly. You can see that in what
I've been watching All Japan. I've been watching All Japan videos and how those guys literally fought with each other 25 fucking times, 10 years of a fucking story into culminating into one match. So I feel the Mugen versus Pugh match was different for me because I've been here where I've had 8 years of them and knowing how they've intertwined with each other and how they've interacted with each other and they fought each other so many times. So it's so much more than a feud that's only been going on for 6 months. And not saying that it's not going to be good. That's what OCW should be, and that's why I love OCW and I'm glad W is doing it now. We don't ignore the past. When someone comes to fight, Jake will talk about something that happened 5 years ago. They culminated 5 years ago. They never, you know what I mean? Stuff like that just adds more. Because wrestling is just telling a story. It's telling a story in the ring. Why are these guys fighting? More than just a fight. Why are these guys fighting? What makes this more than just a regular sporting match or a match that we just do every night? No, this is personal. You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's good. I appreciated what Dan said too, because it's the difference in the build. Because I can come into all these matches expecting a certain thing, but I think that expectation comes from my the way I would do it. The way I would build it, and that's why I appreciated the Mugen Pugh package. I know he mentioned he didn't have the footage he wanted to have, but that's why I appreciated it so much, is because he was just bang, bang, boom, we're getting out of this in less than 60 seconds, and then we're throwing it to the Resolution After Effects thing. And that's okay. Like, it doesn't have to be a 5.5 minute lore dump. Because a lot of the other stuff we have, and I'm guilty of this more than probably anybody, is going to be a 4.5 minute lore dump to make you care. But they didn't need that. And it's the differentiation of each match. Like, each match is a different perspective because they're different handlers. That's what makes it the best. When you're running things through the same filter, that's when you get into the shitty early 2010s Vince McMahon era of WWE.
Yeah, but so to expound on that though, but like if we're using like the Pugh Mugen match for an example, that still has a shitload of like New Japan-esque history to it.
It does. It does. But the point is, the point that I'm taking away from it is that they're not being so on the nose about it. They're letting the in-between lines draw those conclusions.
It wasn't about that for us. It was about me defending because Mugen.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't. This has been going on 20 years. It was. This happened 6 weeks ago, and I'm gonna fuck you up for it.
Yeah, and we just so happen to have fucking beat each other's asses in the past. Okay. Yeah. No, makes sense. I like when everything makes sense. Good. Yeah. No. But the Steve Nate match, that shit is fucking definitely New Japan. I've hated you since I've looked into your eyes in 2007. You son of a bitch.
Hold on, Jay.
What?
We got to see the hype pack. I mean, you probably have at this point, but I haven't, and I don't know.
Well, the title of the fucking thing, the title of the card graphics is 17 years something or whatever the fuck.
Well, yeah, but that's your choice. I'm saying like their choice to make a hype package. These two guys don't know what an MP4 is versus an MP3, so I don't know how they're going to be able to put a hype package together.
I'm gonna get a WMV file. Like, what the fuck I'm gonna do with this?
I've been rushing towards this Nate Ortiz slander, and you keep slowing me down.
Fuck you. Anyway, so closing thoughts on I guess everybody is in agreement that I hear great. I'm not upset, so I'm like I enjoyed it, but everyone's like great. So closing thoughts. Awesome. Yeah, no, good shit.
Yeah, you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I'll tell you. The highlight of the night was all the stuff I did. No, I'm immensely proud of the package. When I asked you for all of the Archive-Evolution footage, I knew what I wanted to do. I'm very proud of that. So I'm going to put myself over because fuck you guys. But night one was elite, and I've already seen night two, obviously. I haven't seen any of the segments, which makes me very excited. Yeah. I know how good night one was, and I didn't see any of the segments. And I know how good night two is, and I haven't seen any of those segments or hype packages either. So as long as you guys can get to this level, far be it for you to surpass it, then I'm going to be a happy man tomorrow.
Remember all the fucking agonizing I did with card order? Ugh. Yeah. I'm a lunatic.
Couldn't let me forget if you wanted to.
Yeah, brother.
So what went into the choice of making the world title match the first one on the card?
Fucking if you must know there's no future investment, brother, you got to start strong.
It was one of the two, right?
Yeah.
Like it was always going to be either OCW or CCW. And if you go back and watch, and you'll notice this tomorrow too, Jay and I made a very conscious effort to not mention anything. Like we wanted this to be as flexible as possible, where Jay could move things back and forth. Like I didn't know whether this or tomorrow's opener was going to open tonight. I really didn't, because he came in and he was like, "These are my two potential openers." And like, even if, the main event doesn't go so well, then we'll swap them. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. So hopefully everybody understands that this card order shit, Jay is going crazy about it way more than you are. So if you think, I'm slighted for this or that reason, you shouldn't, because the fact that
I remember a couple years ago when I was the main event, like when he first released the card, I was supposed to be on night two. But then it was like, all right. But then, of course, like the chamber was the chamber. You know what I mean? So it was like, all right, let's switch that one around. So
a lot of it comes down to that. Yeah, a lot of it comes down to that. Jay coming out in the early going and go, I don't know what to do here, so let's be super vague. And then we watch the matches, and you can see it in this one, because honestly, to me, I said this from the jump, the OCW title build has been phenomenal. Max and Parka has been one of the biggest stories going in OCW, and like Tony B17 the same way, because they have 3 years history. And really, it just comes down to the competitiveness of the match. Like like Parka beat the shit out of Max, and B17 and Antonio wasn't really that way. So it could have been that tight. I'm not going to try and get inside of Jay's head, but that's how I felt when I saw his decision to put this last. I was like, the match itself was one way or the other.
Yeah.
It ain't easy being greasy. Okay. Closing thoughts, Dan?
The best thing that I can say about this is that we were nitpicking the middle of the tag match, and that was the only thing that was wrong with it. So like, that speaks volumes.
The fact that Jay ain't got shit to say is weird. I'm not used to it, but I guess it happens.
Yeah, like
100%.
There's
no negative thoughts
things,
really on the show.
There's things that you can nitpick, but ultimately it's nitpicking. Like there's nothing massive that was a problem. So
it's nothing like this is shit. Rob, any closing thoughts?
Highlight of the night for me, Valkyrie returning.
Yes.
Because like it's fucking Valk.
Yes.
Match of the night for me, Bingo versus why am I blanking Tony 22 times. I kind of want to see that run back, to be honest with you. I want one more.
Fun fact,
that's the third. That's
the third match. That's actually the third match, which Jake said during the thing, which I don't remember him saying, but I know he did say it. That being said, match of the night. Well, Rob said the main event. Dan, what's your match of the night? Can't use your own match.
I think he has to.
Do my own match.
Yeah.
No, it's the main event.
Okay. Fucking Jake, what your match of the night?
No, it's definitely the main event.
Okay.
A very, very close second was the Pugh Mugen match. But to Pugh's point, there were really no even talking about match of the night. There weren't really even any down points that I could say this was a low point for Lucid. Other than that weird middle section of the tag title match, but like they were covered so well that it doesn't even bother me at all.
Well, we're all in agreement. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Thank you for the panel for coming. We're done in record time.
Tomorrow's gonna suck.
Tomorrow's gonna be garbage.
Now everybody gets to watch me beat on Mad Dog.
Yeah. Fucking Jake. Yeah, I thought tonight was gonna be iffy, but tonight came out great. So tomorrow's gonna be.
Come on,
should be good too.
You stop it.
You did tell
me. Jay put me on second last, so that I had to watch all the other matches. That's the only reason he did it.
That's smart. Why do you think Nate and Steve is second to last tomorrow?
I hope Marissa hits Trey with my finisher.
Stupid fucking creepy pervert Cass sitting in here waiting for his moment.
Okay, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you.
That's what he does.
Thank you.
He was mad there's no future investment because he wanted to make
he's not mad.
Fuck that. I dealt with that 3 years ago. No more. Fuck
he doesn't want any of that. So from the team at OCWFED, just to be clear, join us tomorrow 3:05 Eastern Standard Time for night number 2 of Wrestlution, our 2-night extravaganza. Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for hanging with us for the post-show podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, sign up to all the things on OCWFED.com if you want to compete or at least try to. Don't waste our time. We won't waste yours. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you to my esteemed guest, Trey Golden, a.k.a. Rob, a.k.a. Dan Pugh, a.k.a. Jake Allen, a.k.a. Quartz, and myself, JCS, or just Jay. I have a name, but no one seems to know it when they join, so it's Jay. Okay.
We all know it. You better end the stream before I put your shit on blast.